Blessed people of the world, say no to war, fight no more. Let's allow peace to reign all over the world. And on that note, I'm welcoming you to my YouTube channel, Talking Health with Grandpa. Let me appreciate all of you, young and old, far and near, for subscribing, viewing, sharing my preventive health topics to others for them to benefit. God bless you. Today's topic focuses on old age, its mental implications, preventive measures, and nursing care. What is old age? Old age is the latter part of man's life. That is when we say morning, afternoon, then night. And it ranges between 50 to 100, 120, 150, and even 200, as God may give that opportunity to that individual. Then they need help, because during that period there are degenerative changes in the whole system of the body, especially the central nervous system, the brain, and the neurons. And what are the characteristics? That is, they will show. People will have loss of memory, loss of judgment. They will have loss of sleep. They will be aggressive. They can wander away. They are not happy. They lose a lot of things. They are not interested in those pleasurable ventures that they have been doing when they were young. And that's why they need what? They need help. We should not neglect them. My brother, my sister, please don't neglect your aged parents. Take good care of them. At that period, they need close observation. They need help. They need, counseling. They need to have rapport with them. They need to be looked after. That is the reason why children should please take good care of their aged parents. Then what could have been the factors that normally cause this? Well, number one, it could be through hereditary. Some people could inherited it from their offspring, that is, from their generation, then which is genetical. Some is a result of their lifestyle. In the morning, that is when they are young, some have used irrational way of life, very exorbitant, very rough life, and it will bounce back at the later time of their life. And that's why we must be very cautious of the type of lifestyle we started living, so that we could succeed at the end of the day. Especially people taking alcohol, people taking cannabis, hard drugs, and many other dangerous things. They might be saying, they have been taking it for about 10, 15 years. Then that thing will be, that's what we call sedimentation rate. That thing will settle down them, and the type of, when they are getting old, then the signs and symptoms of all what I've just mentioned and many more could be coming up. So that is the reason why. Another thing is, people are so promiscuous that they can get infection like syphilis. And when somebody gets syphilis at a younger age, not well treated, it will travel to the brain and cause a lot of damages to the brain, and that individual may even end up having generalized paralysis of insane. General paralysis of insane. That individual will be having mental problem beside the age that is telling on individual. Then stress also can contribute. At the end of the day, when somebody is too stressful, you don't have time to rest, you don't even take good food, you are not even in terms of personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, food hygiene, water hygiene, you care less about that. Then at the end of the day, the repercussion might show up at the end of the day. But we must take good care of them. Let's have close observation on them. Some might not be able to sleep very well, because that period is an assessment period It's a period of accountability. That how do I use my life when I was like this, when I was young, when I'm in this position. So that is why I'm now appealing, begging all human beings, young and old, to be very careful, to remember night, that is old age period, and at the same time to make sure they use a very simple lifestyle that is safe, that will be beneficial to them even at their old age. That is it. Infection also can cause it. Injury can cause the type of occupation people are doing. People that are doing mining, people that are doing very strong vibrating, people that are even operating very vibrating engine, at the end of the day you will see some of them will be having Parkinsonism, because it has affected their brain, it has affected their neurons, it has affected their muscles, and at the end of the day, at old age, they're supposed to be enjoying and relax, then they will be having one complaint or the other. Then what can we do to prevent such a thing, so that at least to minimize it? Number one, as I've said, when we are young, let's use all the energy we have to a profitable, safe, healthy stage, so that we don't just say, I'm young, then I can do this, I can do that. No, you should remember, when you are young, there will be a time you become old. Not only that, as I've said, maintain a very simple lifestyle. Then avoidance of hard drugs, I mentioned it. Not only that, avoid conflict. Some people, they are just like Yoruba, they are àríjàgbá òkìrì fìjà lọ. So people will be doing things that will be causing them trouble, that they will be having lock-ons with other fellow human beings, and from there they either get head injury or any other injury which will affect them at the end of the day. And another point is that people should be financially prudent. Don't just waste your economy, because if you lose that job and old age comes, then regression comes up, because that is the period you'll be saying, how do I use my period? Then what do I have now? So people should be conscious of morning, their afternoon, and they should remember their night. That is the old age, so that they won't suffer. So people should be conscious of the stages of their life and make sure they use those stages profitably for themselves, for the environment, and for them to be in a good health even when the age comes. Then you reduce stress, avoid stressful environment. Anything that is going to give you palpitation, raise your BP, or give you a kind of aggressiveness, agitation, and restlessness, if you identify, please do away with them. And you should be eating what? Good food. Be eating good food, so that to build your immunity. Don't just be taking paraba, be taking those foods that are not nourishing enough to your system. So with that, and as I've said earlier on, be security conscious, be financially prudent, take easy life, make your life very simple, and what you pull and it's trying to pull you, you better let it go. So that that thing you are pulling, or that thing you are worrying for, should not pull you into trouble because of old age, so that you can live a pleasant life at your old age. With that, what can we do in form of care? The nursing care of that individual is first of all to focus on the psychological care of that individual. The psychological care is that we need to go closer to them, talk to them, don't allow them to be lonely, because if they are lonely, they are isolated, you don't care for them again, you neglect them, then they'll be having suicidal ideation, and if care is not taken, they can try suicidal attempt or even commit suicide. So psychological care is very important. Let them be playing game, go through them, interact with them, take them to church, take them to mosque, let them have association, let them, ventilate their mind. If they are really ruminating on something that is worrying them, let them send it out, and let them reassure them there are solutions to all those ones. And then you assess their physical health. If there's anything, at that time they might not have that strength enough to take good care of themselves, they need physical care. Then in terms of sleeping pattern, how are they been sleeping? You should observe, and you can only observe and help them if you are very close to them. So you should be close to them so that you can observe them, so that they can have sound sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. Since they are retired, they are not doing anything again, they are old, they should have sound sleep. And psychological, a kind of counseling, should counsel them. They could have been in London, but no, forget about. They should focus on what God has done for them, to give themselves credit and give kudos to the mighty holy, than focusing on where they failed and the regress, a kind of regression that will dip them into sadness, depression, that they might be thinking of committing suicide. Not only that, you should go closer with them, know their problems, show sign of love, don't reject them. They are your parents, they are our parents, they need help. When we were young, like 3 years old, a year old, they are the one taking care of us. So it's done time now for we children, responsible children. Please don't shun your parents. Go closer to them, feed them, encourage them, play with them, reassure them, know where they are having problem and try to solve it. Show them love, so that even if the time comes, they will have a peaceful, happy life to rest. So it's very important. Then when we say nursing care, you have to draw, well, I can draw it again and say nursing care / family care. Family care, if you have anybody like that, please don't neglect them. Make sure they eat well, especially fluid nourishing diet. Let them take sufficient fluid, because most of our elderly people, when you see them, become emaciated because of loss of electrolytes. So they should be placed on good food, good nourishing diet, so that to refresh them, so that they won't have dehydration, they won't be dehydrated. So also sleeping pattern, you watch them. When do they took their dinner? When do they went to bed? How many times they've been to toilet in the night? Do they recover all those hours to rest? Then what is their problem? Are they talking to themselves? Are they aggressive? Are they agitated? Are they worried? So we need to take good care of them. Please, let's have close observation on them, because it is at this point many old men and women wander away. So it's unfortunate. It's not something we should allow. So let's have close observation. Even if you are in overseas, wherever you may be, you're contacting them. We thank God we have phone. Hello daddy, how are you? Hello mommy, how are you? Have we eaten? Have you taken your drugs? And all this. Close observation will help them, and we reassure them that yes, they are not left alone. So if any of medical issues like hypertension and whatnot is affecting them, you assist them to the hospital, you finance them, and you watch them that they check up and they use their medicine accordingly. And if possible, you have a private doctor that can be overseeing them even when you are not around. They'll be happy and they'll be praying for you. Those are the areas. Never neglect your old age people. They've done a lot for us. We need to do a lot for them, so that they will have a peaceful rest at the end of the game. So ladies and gentlemen, because of time, let me bring this one short. So it's more than that all of us one day will become old, and those are some among others, among many, some of the things that they can exhibit because of the degenerative changes of the central nervous systems, the neurons, the brain itself and other important structures, but yet we mustn't neglect them. Old age, people who reach old age is a golden opportunity from God, and that's why we should appreciate God and we should take care of them. So ladies and gentlemen, please, auntie, brother, uncle, children, take good care of your aged parents, because one day you also become old. We should not leave them alone. Let them be happy, even if the time for them to go and rest finally arises, they'll be happy, and they won't be agitated and be showing sign of sorrow. It's very important. Take good care of your aged parents, watch them well, support them financially, support them morally, support them psychologically. Let them have intimate with their churches or mosque, interact with them, you play ludo with them, you play game with them, you move out with them to stroll around for slight exercise, and you have this eagle eye on them so that they can't wander away. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be well with both old and young. Our old age parents will never suffer. So shall it be. Thank you very much for watching. Just continue watching my preventive health, that will bring different type of topics on preventive health for your benefit, for others' benefit. And immediately you watch it, view it, share it to others so that others can benefit. Don't hold it. Share it to others for others can benefit, and subscribe. So more are still coming on your way. Hold on to YouTube channel Talking Health with Grandpa. A lot of benefit health topics is on the way for your benefit. Stay safe and healthy. Thanks.